Welcome friends. 95% of RBI Grade B aspirants get these MCQs wrong. Can you beat the average? The difference between selection and rejection often comes down to questions like this. Let us discuss. First question is, when RBI adopts expansionist open market operation policy, what does this action primarily signify and how does it impact the bond market? A. RBI sells government securities, causing bond prices to rise. B. RBI buys government securities, causing market liquidity to squeeze. C. RBI buys government securities, causing bond prices to rise and market interest rates to fall. Next option is D. RBI increases the cash reserve ratio, causing credit creation to expand. Answer is C. An expansionist open market operation means RBI wants to refuse liquidity into the banking system to stimulate economic growth. It does this by buying government securities from commercial banks and institutional investors and paying them cash. As the demand for bonds increases due to RBI purchasing them, bond prices rise because bond prices and market interest rates share an inverse relationship. The increase in bond prices pushes market interest rates to down. Why other options are wrong? Selling securities, option A, is a contractionary policy. Buying security expands liquidity, not squeezes it. In option B, credit creation varies inversely with CRR, that is the option D. So answer is option B. Next question, in the context of demographic trend and social structure, which of the following best describes the shape of population pyramid passing through a stage of high fertility and high mortality? A, an inverted pyramid with a narrow base and broad top. B, a bell-shaped pyramid with an expansive middle section. C, a pyramid with a broad base and rapidly tapering, gently sloping sides. D, a rectangular vertical structure representing zero population growth. Answer is C. A society experiencing both high fertility, that is birth rate, and high mortality, that is death rates, is typically a first stage of demographic transition. A broad base reflects a very high proportion of newborns and young children because the rates are elevated. The rapidly tapering or sloping sides reflect high mortality rates across all subsequent age brackets, meaning fewer individuals survive into middle age or senior years. This creates classic sharply pointed triangular pyramid. Next question, an investor is looking into a complex debt instrument and comes across an inverse floater. If the underlying benchmark is Mumbai Interbank offered rate MIBOR, how will the coupon rate of this inverse floater behave if market liquidity tightens the MIBOR rises? A, the coupon rate will rise proportionately to match the market inflation. B, the coupon rate will remain entirely fixed until maturity. C, the coupon rate will move in the opposite direction and decrease. D, the coupon rate will immediately drop to zero. Answer is C. The inverse floater is a type of derivative or bond whose coupon rate varies inversely with short-term benchmark interest rates. A typical formula for such coupon looks like coupon rate is equal to fixed rate minus benchmark, that is MIBOR. Therefore, if market conditions causes the benchmark MIBOR to increase, the value subtracted from the fixed rate becomes larger, causing the final coupon payout of the investor to decrease. Question number 4, banking. Under RBI guidelines for capital risk weighted asset ratio CRAR, which of the following assets carry lower risk weight for a commercial bank? A, commercial real estate loans. B, secured personal loans and credit card receivables. C, deposit placed with SIDBI, NABARD or NHB due to priority sector lending, PSL, shortfall. D. Housing loan secured by gold ornaments. Answer is C. When commercial banks fail to meet the mandatory priority sector lending PSL targets, they are required to deposit the shortfall amount into specified funds managed by developmental institutions like SIDBI, NABARD, or NHB, because these institutions are backed by the government and funds are safe, sovereign, adjacent allocations. The RBI assigns them a very low risk rate, often 20% or lower, depending on systematic updates compared to aggressive retail instrument. In contrast, venture capital, unsecured loans, and commercial real estate carry significant high risk, weighted to 100% to 150% due to default volatility. So we have to remember that general awareness. You have to give more attention to union budget, economic survey, PIB notifications, etc. for RBI Grade B examinations. If you like the video, please comment your score. If you like the video, please share and subscribe with your friends. Thank you.